don't know. They might let me get on this one. All right, let's go. Play this intro. Shit's crazy, man. Ooh. Born this way. You can't change me because they not been this way. That's whack, bro. Since the age of 13, they call me Baby Mo, aka the Pussy King, and I'm always on the search for the best pussy queen. I'm searching high and low. I'm hitting all the spots. She said, give me what you can. I said, give me all you got. Let's go, man. I hope trying to stop the flow, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. You're not gonna stop the flow, man. They trying to stop the flow, y'all. Change the world, let's 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 change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Some don't know the effects they have on others when everything that we do affects our younger brothers and sisters. To me, it seems that the facts have missed us. Who will be there to reach down to hug and kiss us? Frankly, the current state that we're in needs to be discussed. Self-respect is a must. We need to tone down the lust, avoiding the fact that it provides a pleasant rush. But who in this world can you trust? The answer to that is yourself. Don't take what that man says off the bat. Pick that book up off the shelf. That don't mean not to trust. That means to take what he said, think about it, and then come back and discuss. Let's change the world. 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 Let's just unite. Let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change 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 the world. Let's just unite. Let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Change up the world for the boys and the girls, because if we don't change it up, we're gonna make it in this world. We need to focus on the present and think less about the past, cause if we keep it up like this, then that's gonna be our fucking ass. You gotta know just where you're coming from to get where you're going, so get on your search for knowledge, cause there's power in knowing. We need to pick up more books and read them cover to cover, and after you get the information, pass it to your brother. Spread it to the whole world. If you know it ain't fake, you'll be surprised the difference in this world that one man can make. It's good and bad in everybody, but you gotta bounce it out. And if we all found that we change the world, no doubt. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. What's good, y'all? What's good, man? It's your big homie, Big Daddy, man. And this is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. Late night edition, but it's all good, man. Late night edition, man, but it's all good, man. I wanted to salute everybody who been supporting, man, because y'all don't have to, but y'all do, and I appreciate that shit so much. I appreciate it so much, man. It's a blessing, and I hope y'all, it's a blessing, man. I hope y'all are here to receive a lesson, man. But let's go, man. Let's talk about, I've been avoiding this for so long. I've been avoiding this P Diddy situation for so long. Because if anybody been watching my channel, I already broke that down, that this is the powers that be trying to disenfranchise our elite, rich black people. Now, same thing with Young Thug. These people like P Diddy, the Young Thugs, the Dr. Dre's, the Jay-Z's, all these people, right? Because I am not gonna do none of that negative bull crap that everybody's doing online. How they're trying to incriminate P Diddy. I'm not gonna sit here and talk down about P Diddy, and I'm not definitely gonna try to insinuate the next big fish that the government's gonna come for. Because what y'all, before all this goes down, before I start getting into it, this P Diddy situation is a fucking distraction. We got real shit going on all around us, everywhere. We got migrant invasion, we got alien invasion, we got all kind of shit going on everywhere, all around us. We do not need to be worried about P Diddy. We need to say a prayer for the man, show him some good, send him some good kites, send him some love, or send him or don't fuck with him if you don't like him. Because let me say this, I don't like P Diddy. I don't like the music he ever made. I'm not a fan of P Diddy's, right? But I'm not a hater. All right? I'm not a fan of P Diddy's, but I am not a hater. And I also understand the powers that be have to disenfranchise our elite class before shit gets out of hand. And the reason why they're trying to do this, and they're doing it, ain't trying. The reason why they're doing this is because those elite upper class black people, entertainers, athletes, all of those upper class, upper echelon black people, those are going to be our only hope for survival. And what do I mean by that? Because first off, a rapper has never done nothing for us. An entertainer has never done nothing for us. But what do I mean by those could possibly be our last chance or only hope at survival? If you got a billionaire like P Diddy, who's got the inside word, who's doing the inside job. See, P Diddy has been allowed in. P Diddy has been allowed to learn the ways of the masters before him. P Diddy has been allowed to learn how to enslave people. P Diddy has learned how to enslave people. He's learned how to do all those tricks that are done to our people. But like I always tell y'all, those are the Willie Lynch tricks, the buck busting, the distrust, the dishonor, the envy, all the stuff that P Diddy was using all the time right now, because I'm moving very slow. And if you're on here to flag me, get out of here. I don't want nobody here to hate on me. If you're here, support the movement, or don't. You know what I mean? Anyway, P Diddy was allowed to learn the booty game. He was allowed to learn the slave trade. Sign people, keep control of their masters. You own the masters. See, all these things all this shit is slavery in general. Masters, somebody owns your masters. Do you own the rights to your own masters? Do you have rights to your own music, your masters? It's all slavery. But see, for those who don't understand reality, you think rap is a job. For those who don't understand reality, you think entertainment is a job. Entertainment is not a job. Athletics, entertainment, sports, and all that, those are not jobs. Because if those were jobs, first off, those aren't jobs that anybody can just grasp. So it's not nothing for an average everyday citizen to look at like it's special or something good. You get what I'm saying? As a everyday average citizen, you shouldn't even be looking to understand a rich or famous upper elite class person, because most times out of 10 they're just trying to manipulate you. They're just trying to get something out of you. They're trying to get something from you. Oh shit. But let me oh man, my bad. My tripod fell. But why I say, what do I mean by me saying this P Diddy shit? What is he in jail for? Because I watched the news, and I wasn't going to talk about this topic at all. I've been watching the news, right, about the P Diddy. I watched a few news clips about the P Diddy situation, a few segments, and all I heard was them trying to disrespect this black man. See, everybody is innocent until proven guilty, or so I thought. But how is it that on the news, on the media, the mass media, they're trying to portray P Diddy as guilty before he even has a chance to fight for himself, to fight for his rights? Because last time I checked, homosexuality is not a crime. Let me say that again. Last time I checked, homosexuality is not a crime. And before all you people get into oh this and that woody whoop, when do y'all start talking shit about gay men when a lot of y'all are gay? So how could you try to demonize a gay man for having a homosexual appetite when a lot of y'all are gay out here? You see what I'm saying? See, me, I'm heterosexual. I'm not gay. I never did nothing gay. So I could have a perspective about it, but I still not going to talk shit about P Diddy having a booty appetite. I'm not going to do that. Now, how long has people held money over our heads? How long has the powers that be used money as leverage over us? How long have they made your women strip and dance naked for some dollars? How long has this shit been going on? Because what did he even do? They're trying to say he extorted some dudes. They're trying to say he was using his fame and his power, because this man don't have no power. He might have influence. He might have some fame, but there's no power and fame unless you or me or whoever's looking at it feels like he has some power. Because let me explain something to you. I was a rapper and I'm still a rapper. I make musician. I'm a musician, right? But I already knew in my mind about the booty game in music. I already knew about this. I already knew that no man is just going to give you $1 million for nothing. And if a man gives you, listen to this, what man is going to give you $2 million or $1 million or $500,000 just because you make good songs? Just because you make good songs, that means you deserve $1 million? Or are you getting $1 million because somebody's contractually signing you, contractually binding you to make music for them to sell? And now they're depending on your sales of your music, and you're contractually bound by whatever the terms of those agreements are. See, back in the day, before there was contracts, they used to say word bonds. You had like a bond. My word is my bond. You know, hey, I'm good for it, man. Can I get a loaf of bread at the store, man? I'm good for it. I'll be back next week and pay for it, Mr. So-and-so. Mr. Charlie, I just need a loaf of bread, and my mama gets paid on Wednesday, It's Monday, man. We got 2 more days. I ain't got shit, man. Can I please get a loaf of bread, Mr. Charlie? Yeah, you can get a loaf of bread. Just bring me back a quarter and a nickel, 30 cents. Bring me back a quarter and a nickel on payday. It's a quarter, but I'll take a nickel for interest. So just bring me 30 cents, and you can have it. Thank you, Mr. Charlie. You're the best. That was the original contract right there. And when you made a contract with somebody, you actually owed them something. You actually were indebted to whatever you contractually agreed to, or whatever you took from them, whatever you borrowed, whatever you took. Now you're contractually bound to owe that back. But now, in this new world, fast forward, we're watching people take $1 million from a stranger. And this stranger is just going to give you somebody he never met before. He don't even know you. He only heard 2 of your songs. They're hot. He likes them. He listened to 2 more songs. So he listened to 4 of your songs, and he wants to buy you. He sees potential in you. He could develop you. He could harness your career. He wants to pay for you and get you to the next level. So you contractually make an agreement with this man, and he take you to the next level, or tries to, whatever. What do you think somebody is going to want from you once they give you $2 million or $3 million or $1 million? For one, they want their money back, right? But if you can't give me money back, if you can't give me my money, or if you can't give me my money up front, or whatever's the case, what's the most precious thing that you have to give? Booty. If you're a woman, they don't want vagina. That's kind of basic. If you're a woman, they don't want that. That's kind of basic. They want to do some savage shit. They want to do this, do that. They want booty from you too. But I don't like booty. You can get some cootie, but nah, that's basic. Ain't nobody, what I'm trying to say to you, nobody's giving you $1 million for nothing. Nobody's just going to give you $1 million for nothing. You have to do something in return. And $1 million is not that much money. You're going to make well over $1 million in your life. Or at least most people are going to make right at $1 million in their life. So $1 million is not that much money. $1 million might not change your life. It could change your life, but it might not even change your life, depending on how you do it. I know some people who have $1 million contracts and they're not doing too much special in their life. I know some people who have made millions of dollars off the streets and they're living just like everybody else. So if you want to save yourself, and I hate to say this, but you have to understand something. If you really want to keep your integrity, your morals, and you want to save your soul, get a job and work a job. Because not a bad job, not a cheap job. You can get a high paying job. You can get a great job, but job will save you. Because if you don't work, you're going to be looking for handouts. And if you, for like an entrepreneur, a person who knows how to get money on their own, knows how to get money for themselves, an entrepreneur who doesn't work, like who just hits licks, like not even a bad lick, but like, see, an entrepreneur might get a contract for $50,000 where he has to cut this. He's a lawn care. He get a contract for $50,000 a year, so he has to cut this business's grass 6 times a year for $50,000 a year, or whatever they agree upon. 10 times a year. He cuts it every 2 weeks. or once a month he comes out and cut the grass or whatever he does. And now he's getting that 50,000 from this place. So he has to, he made that, he's got that, right? Basically what I'm trying to say is, man, all contracts aren't bad, and working for yourself is not bad, but if you get used to getting those big licks and those big chunks of money, you won't want to work, and you won't want to humbly earn your money. See, it's something spiritually developing that comes in working. It's something enriching about working, because when you're working, you actually you're exercising, you're moving and grooving, you're doing something, depending on what type of job you have, and you're additional, and because you're a part of society. You're paying your taxes, you're doing this, you're involved in society with your coworkers, with your customers, whatever. You're involved in society, so you're actually active in society. You are a part of your community if you're working a job. For the people who don't work jobs and are not active in their community, they have a sense of selfishness and entitlement. Say a person who don't go to the grocery store but orders Uber Eats all the time. They'll be so entitled that they don't even know how to socially interact and go to the store. They don't know how to, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry, I stepped on your foot, I apologize. They don't know how to do none of that shit because they're in-house in recluse mode. So it's so many different levels and layers to this shit, you know what I'm saying? But working will all around help you, and it will help society. So if you work, you won't have to worry about this shit. But most people don't want to work, you know what I'm saying? Most people want to be rich, they want to be famous. It's not going to get us nowhere, man. Let me show y'all something though before we get started with this P Diddy shit. Let me show y'all what happened. You remember Israel, the last 3 days in Israel, those pagers blew, and then the walkie-talkies and other wireless devices blew the next day, killing more people. Now look what happened in Israel. They done launched a nuke in Israel, y'all. These motherfuckers done launched a nuke.
live.
They done launched a nuke in Israel. I mean, not in Israel. Israel launched a nuke on them people. Look at this shit.
First off, these you have the pager attacks, then you had the radios, now you have this. How much of do you think they were able to get surveillance or GPS locations from those pagers as well, and now they're able to hone in on remaining Hezbollah commanders? You know, you mentioned the way America's put its thumb on the scale, usually telling Israel to pull back. Why is it that this administration, Harris, Biden, seems so hell-bent on accelerating the war in, say, Ukraine, in expanding it, widening it, giving more capabilities to the Ukrainians to launch into Russia, but time and time again, pulling Israel back and saying we need to de-escalate their existential fight against Hamas and Hezbollah? Why the difference?
You know, frankly, Pete, they've kind of been the same storyline. We've been very slow, right? We restricted the Ukrainians too. We did provide weapons, but we've provided weapons to the Israelis. What this administration gets wrong, I think, in both cases, is it doesn't understand that there is evil in the world, and the only thing that they understand is power and brute force. These guys think, right, you can sit down with Ayatollah. They've been negotiating with them for 3.5 years, giving the Iranians billions of dollars, and then you end up with what we saw now almost a year ago on October 7th. Americans held hostage by the Iranians in Gaza, dead Americans, 1,200 dead Israelis, and the Red Sea now almost impassable. When you negotiate with evil, when you think you can appease them into peace, you create exactly the conflict we see in the world today. And the risk of escalation because of American weakness, Pete, is enormous today. The next 3 or 4 months, while President Biden is nominally in charge, are a really dangerous time period for our country.
Nominally in charge, indeed.
See, y'all better understand, while we were wasting time talking about P Diddy, because listen, P Diddy, yes, he's a weirdo. Yeah, they said he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his house. Yeah, they said they found hundreds of dildos and all this and that. But let me tell you something. If you're fucking on that level, right? Because he was really just a sexual deviant. He's not. This nigga ain't really a criminal. He had guns with serial number scratched. Okay, woo, woo, woo. You can't lock him up for the rest of his life for some dirty guns. You can't lock him up for the rest of his life for beating up a woman. You can't lock him up for the rest of his life for fucking dudes. What this is, like I keep telling y'all, they're draining the rich. They're about to drain him of all his money. They're going to hold him up in court long enough to where they're going to drain him of all his money so he will not be a elite, rich class black man. That's what the fuck this is about. This is about draining the rich money. Because if you drain the rich's money, they cannot help their people survive what's about to happen. Let me show y'all what 50 Cent said, though.
Corporations like me, my particular experience with Beam Centauri, it was great in the beginning. It's great for us to work for them. It's not so cool for us to work for them. You have the experience with major corporations like me, my particular experience with Beam Centauri, it was great in the beginning. It's great for us to work for them. It's not so cool when you start to own things. You see what I'm saying? So I made a lot of money with them too. Like there's a point, they did a deal that mirrored what Puffy's deal with Diageo was for Ciroc. So he didn't have ownership of that at any point, but he was getting a lot of money, like almost like $60 million a year at one point. So you see him go to De Leon is when you see him have some issues. And these people have really strong relationships. Don't think that the civil case doesn't turn into a criminal case faster because he's making them uncomfortable. That's a big part of it. The spirits business is not governed. They got a discus board that they created, right? If you got two companies that are $3 billion a year, and Beam Centauri and Diageo, the distribution level, it's very hard for you to get things to a point where you can do the numbers, the right numbers. They incentivize the sales force by giving them box bonuses. And then when you sell a product, you get the bonuses off the boxes that's there. But you make that no matter what product you're selling. So if you sell Hennessy or Remy out the gate, they start to put downward pressure on the new companies. You have the experience with major corporations like
if you heard what he said,
you have the experience with major corporations.
If you heard what he said, 50 Cent just said P Diddy switched over. He wasn't getting treated right with Ciroc, so he switched over to De Leon and hit him with a civil suit. He hit Ciroc with a civil suit, and he said that's when they turned that civil suit into a what he said, a what's the name suit, criminal suit. Because guess what? It's too much. Let me explain something to y'all. Ain't nobody talking about this. Ain't nobody talking about this. Everybody just want to talk about how freaky Diddy is. Ain't nobody talking about the Tootsie. Ain't nobody talking about the Tootsie. Ain't nobody talking about the pink cocaine. Ain't nobody talking about the Tootsie. Look, they found all these crazy drugs at P Diddy's house, but they ain't say.
You have the experience.
Look, these Tootsie was probably coming from these liquor companies, and I'm not saying they did. Allegedly, I'm not saying they did. I'm not saying nothing because I don't know nothing. This Tootsie, he's getting bottles of something. Let me get the special bottle. Put this one right there. Had the girls bent, had the dudes bent, so we can bend them.
I understand this shit, man. That's why niggas be mad at the man who tries to stop the shit, because the man who's trying to stop it knows too much. P Diddy knows too much. And they talking about he on suicide watch in jail and shit. That's not right. They better not Epstein, my boy. They better not Epstein Diddy, man. Straight up. Look, I'm gonna show you this because there's so much. Look, I'm gonna show you the footage of Tracy Ellis Ross. Okay. Yeah. I ain't gonna put no audio in there because it's the music playing. Look, she's finna fake drink on his ass. Watch how she don't drink. Watch this. Watch how she fake drinks. She's gonna put that shit up to her lips and keep it rolling. Look, he's lit. Diddy's on that level. He got some kind of cream. Look. Yep. She ain't even taste that shit. She put that shit up to her lip and didn't even taste it. She knows what's going on at them Hollywood parties. Look, watch Diddy. He's fun to drink it, but she not. Watch this. Boy, do you see that? She didn't even drink that shit. But I know they do that for photo ops. But she wasn't drinking that Diddy juice. She said, nah, Diddy. It's good. That's good. Real good. She know that thing got that Tulsi in there. Look, I done heard. I heard a few. Hold up. Let me shut up. Hold up. I done heard a few artists talk about that Tulsi. Right? And then you think about it. I've been in the streets a long time, my whole life, you know what I'm saying? Not in the streets, but in the streets. And I never heard of no Tulsi drug. I never heard of that. I never seen nothing about that. I don't know nothing about no pink cocaine. I never heard about no pink cocaine. I don't know nothing about none of that shit. Like, so these guys have secret espionage drugs, man, you know? So I say this, man. Whatever crimes Diddy committed, they're on his ass. They're going to figure it out. But I do not want to get on here and bash him like everybody else is doing, because dudes was he was essentially having sex with dudes and paying them. Like Carl Winslow off of Family Matters. He had sex with Carl Winslow off of Family Matters and gave bro some money and a business opportunity. So they used to come to Diddy, oh, you need a job? Well, go ahead. Come on. Terrible. But I always told everybody this, like, people like me, we always knew the game. Like, this is the thing what people don't understand. This shit ain't nothing new to me. That's why I don't really want to talk about P. Diddy's and shit, because they're all doing that shit. Your favorite artist is P. Diddy already, man. P. Diddy's just the wild boy, and they about to get that money back. Because to be honest with you, they want that money back. They want that money back. But I love y'all. Shit is crazy, man, watching this shit. It's not, I mean, I'm not even paying attention to it, but it is happening. I'm caring more about the minds of our people, man.
Lo que tengo que decir es que fue la mujer más bella.
Look, man. This is what I care more about. Look at this shit, man. Our people have lost their mind. I'm gonna leave y'all with something funny, man. You wanna see something funny? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Bella que existió en México, la que nos representó en todo el mundo, la que nos llevó, que nos dio a conocer a todos los mexicanos por su belleza, por su inteligencia.
Bark. What the fuck is that? What are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with that? Hold on. What are you gonna do with that? Bro, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? I'm not gonna kiss you. I'm not gonna touch you. Baby girl. Hey, baby girl, get back. It's cold. It's a cold world out here, bro. I love y'all. Real Talk Real Shit podcast. Let's go. I'm done. What's up?